big difference between insects and arachnids, but they also are similar in many ways. Today I'm just going to talk about one of the insects and tell you some of the characteristics of the insects. So the insects I'm going to talk about today is
The bee.
You guys recognize what insect is this?
The bee.
So insects have 3 body parts. Head, you see where the eyes are? That's the head. Thorax is the middle part. Thorax, can you say thorax?
Thorax.
That's where the legs come out of. Insects have 6 legs, and they come out of the thorax. They don't come out of the head. They don't come out of the abdomen, which is the last part. It comes out of the thorax. So head, thorax, abdomen. Can you say it with me? Head, thorax, abdomen. 3 body parts. Some insects have wings. Bees have wings. Ants don't have wings, and they are insects. Excuse me? We're not saying bugs anymore. We're differentiating between insects and arachnids. And today I'm talking about insects.
Okay.
Not all insects have wings, because an ant is an insect and she doesn't have wings. But insects, all insects have 3 body parts. Do you remember what they are? Head, thorax, abdomen. Right. How many legs? 6 legs. They all have antennas. And the antennas is almost like their GPS. It tells them where to go and find their way. They almost smell, see, they find their way, they feel vibrations. A lot of that happens with their antennas. So almost all insects have antennas. The bee has a stinger. Not every insect has a stinger, right?
A stinger?
Yes. When a bee stings you, the stinger of the bee is on its abdomen. Abdomen. This is the bee's wings. Not all insects have wings, right? How many legs do all insects have? 6 legs. 3 on each side. What part of the body they come out of? Thorax. Thorax. Do you guys know what this part of her body is? Antennas. Okay. Do you guys remember what part? Head. What's yellow in here? Eyes. That's the funky name. Thorax. And this part is?
Abdomen.
Abdomen. And this is our bee. Insects and arachnids both lay eggs. That's how they start life. An adult insect or an adult arachnid will lay eggs. And that's how they start life. They are cold-blooded. They are cold-blooded. And they have something called exoskeleton, both insects and arachnids. Do you remember when we learned about the human body?
Yeah.
And we learned that the bones of humans are inside. We have a backbone, we have ribs, we have bones inside our thighs. That's the longest bone. Do you remember the name of it? Femur. Even in our ear there was a bone. Remember that? Well, insects and arachnids don't have any bones inside their body at all. Their skeleton is on the outside, all wrapped around their head, their thorax, and abdomen. And it feels a lot like your nail. If you touch a bee or an ant, they feel a lot like your nail. And that is their skeleton. Exo, because think of the word exit, to go outside, right? So exoskeleton, that means that skeleton is outside, that protects them, right? So they're not mushy. Otherwise, they're very, 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 very mushy on the inside. So they both have exoskeleton. They're cold-blooded. They lay eggs. And invertebrate. Because they don't have a backbone. Remember when we talked about animals that have a backbone? They are vertebrate. Mammals and humans, birds, fish, they're all vertebrate. They all have a backbone. Well, insects and arachnids don't have a backbone. They're called invertebrate. So this is a book that you can copy. There are copies here, and you can make parts of a bee.